I'd like to wish everybody a special evening this evening, and we had a great day today. We went down, had coffee at the local bakery coffee shop, and met a friend that we worked with for 25 years, and also a new friend comes from Woking, Alberta, just out of Spirit River, and he's a retired farmer. Still owns a farm up there, and he's leasing it out to somebody. He didn't want to sell it; he wants to keep it for himself and pass it on to his family later. So he spends some time. His wife has a sister that lives here. She's sister's in a kind of a care residence. It's one of the lakeside places that they have. Nice place, and his wife stays here and visits with her, and he migrates back and forth, goes back to the farm, and we met the guy about I guess a couple months ago, and found out he was from the North Peace area, and of course we grew up in the Dawson Creek area, and Port St. John, Dawson Creek, Grand Prairie, and all parts of Alberta just north of Edmonton there. And he's an interesting guy. He grew up on a farm and has some interesting stories about animals and horses and children growing up on the farm and what life was like raising crops and training animals. He has interesting stories about training horses, and in the early days we lived on a farm as well, and we had horses and dogs and stuff like that are very, very talented. They're very smart, and as people we can learn from animals. Animals learn from us, and we can teach them things, and they can teach us things at the same time. It's a sharing of knowledge between animals and people. So, uh, looking at the period of time since retirement, we spend a lot of time drinking coffee, walking. We walk along the lake and walk to the mall, and go down to a couple of coffee shops in town, and we kind of have a routine where we have coffee a couple of times a week with people we worked with over the years, and try to keep in touch. And the idea is to, I think, it's generally to try to figure out what is our purpose here. Once we finish our working life, and I'm at the age of 87 now, and I'm still healthy and driving and walking and meeting new people, and I think the purpose is to figure out where we fit in. And if we can share some ideas, there's so many great people. I've met some really nice people who are travelers, and people are moving to our area from the Kootenays, and they're moving from other parts of the world. And we meet some very interesting people. We meet people from other religions and other nationalities from other parts of the country. And we sit down and talk to them and try and learn where they're from and what they've done in their lives and what their mom and dads have done. And it's really not to prove that we know a heck of a lot about the world in general, but we try to learn from other people. Now, even if we spend 2 or 3 hours a day walking, and we sit down and chat with some people, and we're actually comparing to see where they're from and how they're doing and what kind of a job they have, and are they taking some special education courses? Nelson is very good here. They've got some special courses going on at the universities here, and people come from all over the world here to take courses in hotel management and the ability to manage a company and hire people and hire staff, especially in the field of food, entertainment, and food. And some great people, and they tell stories about the countries they're from and what the life is like there and what the seasons are like. In a lot of cases, they don't have winters like we do here in BC. We have lots of snow and cold weather. So, in the case, I've never traveled overseas. Been down to the United States, down in Nashville, and down to the States, Kentucky, and all over the Middle East type of thing, but not overseas. So anybody that we can meet and talk to and learn about other parts of the world is a plus. And share ideas, we can share thoughts, and find out what kind of music they have in their country. and what kind of skills they possess, and what are they doing to upgrade their skills, and if there's anything that they can share with us and we can learn from them in a simple discussion. Sometimes they're showing us pictures on their cell phone and talking about uh, maybe a new business they're starting up on the internet where they're involved in sales, or in some cases they're involved in selling flowers. And the internet has opened up a whole new world of opportunity for people. You can get involved in sales, and you can also get involved in sharing skills. So anybody who has a knowledge of any operation, whether it be equipment or whether it be managing people or teaching, you can actually put those skills together. On the internet, you can actually make up a video and do a show and tell and sell their knowledge. So a few people are actually picking up on that idea, and they're able to market their skills. And in some cases, I met a guy from the Okanagan, a teacher. This is about a couple of years ago, before my wife passed away, and he was doing business management. And he sat in one of the local restaurants in Salmon Arm and told me about a business he operates, and he teaches people how to run a business. So if you're, let's say you're running a bakery or anything like that, where you have to hire people, he teaches the skill of hiring people, how to recruit people, how to keep their time cards correct, how to pay them, do the payroll, how to do income tax and stuff like that. And he teaches people how to keep track of your business, of your earnings and your costs of operation and all that. And he teaches that in an internet course. So he sits in his basement. He's got a big screen TV and a couple of cameras, and he sits there and he works about 3 days a week. So what he does, he puts the course on the internet and advertises the name of the course as business administration. And he puts on the internet the name of the course, the time it's going to be taught, how many days of the week, because the timing of it, and he puts down the price, how much the course is going to cost. And he puts down the amount of days and the dates that the course is going to be taught. And he teaches that full time, but he does it over 3 days a week. So the beautiful part about that is he teaches right from his house, and he's put all the paperwork that's involved in teaching on the internet. So when he's teaching people, he's talking to them on the, as we're talking right now, he's talking to them on the internet, and he's pointing out the highlights, the points. He's pointing out on a cork board or on a display board, and he's able to display the paperwork, go across the page and explain what the figures mean, how to keep track of this and how to keep track of that, how to keep track of your sales and your profits, and how to do your banking, how to file your income tax. And he runs a course, and I think if I remember correctly, he said he runs this course for about 8 or 9 days at once. So the nice part about that is he teaches from his house. So he doesn't have to drive back and forth to work. So he's not exposed to driving on highways where you're going to have accidents and be involved with other cars. He's teaching out of his basement, which is a nice, clean, warm environment. And he chooses the days that he wants to teach. So rather than working 5 or 6 days a week and pounding his head on the desk every day, he has this free time. He's semi-retired. Figure that out. Man's about 55 years old, and he's teaching on the internet all the skills that he's gathered over his lifetime, and he's sharing those with people, but he's doing it on the internet. So what he advertises the course, and he says the days that the course is going to be on and how much it costs. So all you really got to do is to get a hold of him and give him your MasterCard number or your Visa number, and that will allow him to bill you for the cost of the course. And then you just simply attend the course. Sit in the basement and talk to the people, and they talk back and forth, share ideas, and he shares the paperwork, the documentation required for the course itself, and he's happy. He says the best job he's ever had in his life. And he's not out pounding the beat 5, 6, 7 days a week. He's out there enjoying himself, and he's choosing if he wants to work 2 days a week, he can, or 3 days, and he chooses the days. So if he wants to work on Wednesdays and Fridays, or he can work any 3 days or 2 days he wants, and he can choose the days, and he can work in the wintertime if he wants, or the summertime, and he can work daytime or nighttime or whenever he chooses to. So really, he has a golden opportunity, and I think a lot of people could take a look at that, because I'm sure everybody has a skill. That might not be a story for people who are fully retired. But if let's say you're a craftsman and you're a lathe operator, or whether you're a welder, or whether you're maybe an archer, maybe you do a bow and arrow, or maybe you're a hunter, and you have some special skills that you want to share with people. But in sharing those skills with people, they pay you. Now, that lets you to taper off if you've worked a job all your life, and you're just kind of tapering off and trying to put in a couple of days a week to fill in and earn some extra money. It's a good way to earn some money for traveling. If you want to travel around the world, you can earn yourself some extra bucks and share your knowledge. The nice part about that is the fact that there are a lot of people out there who are specialists. They've done all kinds of interesting things in their life. They've been a welder, or they've been a construction foreman, or they have some special skills, maybe in paving, road building, house building, construction, you name it. Everybody has a lot of skill, and they've kept these skills over a lifetime. So getting near the end of life, when they're sitting down and trying to wind down, it allows them to share those skills with other people. So that person, when they actually come to the point where they're at the end of their useful life, they don't actually die. They share those skills with other people until the time that their brain is deteriorated to the point where they can't think properly anymore. But it keeps them productive. It creates some happiness in their mind, because they're still keeping their brain active, and they're preventing their brain from getting absorbed with Alzheimer's and aging before its time. And it creates some happiness in the mind of the person as well. Say, what is my purpose in life? Well, let's see, I did this for all those years, and I'd like to continue sharing that. Or maybe I'd like to learn a new skill. So you can go to a vocational school and buff up on a course. It might be on public speaking. It could be on welding. Could be on knitting. Could be on any topic you can think of. Sewing. And maybe making clothes. Could be painting. Maybe it's a skill you have on painting, painting pictures with colors, showing people how to create pictures, or photography. Maybe you've got a skill of taking pictures or doing video conferences and stuff like that. So everybody has a special skill, more than one in a lot of cases. And if they don't promote those skills, when the person dies, the skills are going to die with them. So it's a golden opportunity for anybody who has a creative skill and who wants to share it, to use the internet and put those skills together, wrap a course up, put a course together, go to school, learn how to put things in a chronological order, and share them with other people. And if you want to share them freely, that's sharing knowledge at no cost. And if you want to make a few extra dollars, you can do it that way too. Use your MasterCard, earn money on your debit card or your MasterCard. So the opportunity to expand knowledge and share knowledge is better now than it's ever been. So we'd encourage you people who are sitting out there that have all that skill in your gray matter on top here, and you'd like to share it with other people, encourage you to sit down and think about starting a small business, or simply sharing it in simple talks. TED Talks is another thing. If you go on Google and type in TED Talks, there's a lot of specialist speakers who can teach things like that. So have yourself a great afternoon, and life is good, and life is only as good as what we expect it to be, and we create the kind of a day we want each morning. Good evening.